Hey human, Coach Nate here with another mindful focus. So in this post it says, I don't believe you have to be better than everyone else. I believe you have to be better than you ever thought you could be. I'm not sure where this notion came from that we have to be better than others, that presence of that non-serving presence of comparison and competition and king of the hill, if you will. And we all know the objective of that game. And how do we live in peace if we're always looking around for somebody trying to knock us off the top of the mountain? I don't see the value in that. So we have a tendency then to compare ourselves with other individuals. And that does little good. It doesn't really serve us. And some will say, well, it helps us to perform, it helps us to endure, it helps us to be better. Yeah, that could be argued, that you want to do better than another individual. That can, and well said in athletics and certain performances, but it can also become detrimental when it is a constant steady state in everything, and when it falls into areas that really don't matter, the accumulation of stuff, significance, that can be a massive downfall. Then comparison can turn into a motivation thief in that when you are striving to supersede the facade that other people are putting on. They may be doing it simply for significance, but it's not real. It's fake. It is not authentically who they are or necessarily who they want to be, but it is something that they feel they should be. So for us then to compare ourselves to something that is less than authentic is just a recipe for disaster. It is going down a path where it can become very unhealthy. In short, this is your life, not theirs. So to live it in a constant comparative state where we feel like we've got to show other individuals that we are better, greater, smarter, have more, whatever, fill in the blank than them. What's the purpose in that? Surviving life is an accomplishment in and of itself. Surviving in a world where it seems like the deck is, in most days, stacked against you. That's a win. And if we can shift away from comparing ourselves to others and compare ourselves to who we want to be, ourselves, then we have a greater chance of authenticity remaining a component in that recipe. And in being our authentic selves, we have a greater chance of experiencing peace and well-being, calm, a healthy approach. We know ourselves better than anybody else. We know the real truths. And hopefully we're not putting on a facade of who we are. Yes, when we go out in different environments, you've got to put a mask on, but knowing, not always, but often in various environments, we feel inclined to interact in a way that may not be our true authentic selves. And certainly we don't always say what we're thinking. In some cases that would be impolite. In some cases, what is the point? If they don't understand, how can you explain it to them? Another conversation for another day. But at least being closer to our authentic, true, real selves, then we're closer to having peace and not finding ourselves wondering, how do we get here? And why am I so discontented? Why am I so, why do I lack calm? Why do I have so much anxiety? Why do I have a low mood? So in terms of let go, live now, win, the how of doing that, pay no mind to others. They are a distraction at best. Somebody achieves something that appeals to you, that you and your authentic self would like to accomplish, then you can set that as a goal for you and compare your progress against yourself on how you are measuring up to your goal. See the difference there? That's through them. But if you refine it for you, this is where I want to be. I'm looking at myself a month, a year, 5 years from now, and how am I measuring towards getting towards and accomplishing that goal? It's the self-compare, where we are at, where we want to be, and the steps that we are taking to get there. Our shoulders are 24 hours wide, and that's where we are. That's where we exist. That's what we have right now, and let's make the most of that. And then strive towards, should tomorrow arrive, I would hope to be able to make progress towards this goal, this objective. It's live for today and plan for tomorrow. And in you're doing that, you're seeking to be a better version of yourself, taking in the lessons, the stumbles, even the pain, and molting that into a stronger foundation in which to build on and grow. Again, this is all internal, intrinsic, who we are defining ourselves to be, not external, because that's the challenge with when you're doing external comparisons. Now you're handing over your valuation to others. They have no place, ever. No one gets to determine your value but you. No one gets to assess and assign your value but you. Do not ever put that in the hands of another human being. They're going to be, at best, unconsciously biased in their assessment. And worse, we probably all experience that. If you haven't, keep living. People are for themselves and will conduct themselves accordingly. So when you take back assigning your value, take back comparing yourself to yourself and where you want to be, your future self, you then will find yourself being amazed at what you can do and what you can accomplish and how far you've come. And can focus on what matters, dispensing with the stuff that doesn't, to help you grow, to live up to your fullest potential and be that person that you want to be, not someone externally is telling you need to be. Hoping this makes sense. I'm simply trying to share insights that work for some. It's not a one-size-fits-all. Try it or toss it. Both answers can be correct. Which one is something that only you can determine for yourself. If this resonates with you, feel free to give a like and a follow and subscribe so you'll know when I post additional content like this. Feel free to share it if you know that this may resonate with someone, and I appreciate your hanging out with me here. Until next time, always remember to let go, live now, and win.